Okay, right, Harry, can you come this way a bit? Yeah, we'll stand the other side. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we're ready when you are, guys.
Yep. Is it filming?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just one of our 3 ideas. Susan. The main form of this film is definitely gore. You can tell this film is gore when you watch it because in our opening scene, the woman is being held hostage in an abandoned building, and by a masked killer who still has the motive is unknown and his identity is unknown, but it's just crazy, and he proceeds to chop off each of her limbs until she's dead.
So like, for the content of style, like the dialogue will be normal, and everyone in the film speaks English. In this film we'll have 2 main characters, which will be the killer and the homeless woman. The homeless woman will be like your typical like grubby clothes, like holes everywhere, like fingerless gloves kind of things, and like a little like can for change. And then the killer will just be all dressed in black with like a white hockey mask. And he'll walk around with a machete and a duffel bag. And the style for this film, the colours, it'll be dark, gloomy, because we want them to fit with like the genre of the film. So that if they were bright and happy, then it like wouldn't really work. The cinematography, like all the camera shots, they will all like be like fast paced when it gets into like the proper gory bit, because it would like help mask the fact that he's chopping her limbs off. And but for things when we're building tension, we'll go with like slow pace building camera shots.
The position of the market will be, it will be specifically for people who are interested in, gory films. It will it'll be completely different to, people, because it's so gory, it'll be completely different to people who enjoy action films and whatnot. Because of how gory it is, I think it limits its target audience and makes it quite a small target audience.
We think the target audience for this film would be 15 to 25, because these are the ages where you're still trying to see what things you are into. So you experiment more with horror films, and then once you go into horror films, experiment with different genres within the horror film, slashers, gore, etc. Then you go out of this after 25, because then you're pretty much grown up, and young people tend to find horror is good because they like being scared, because that's the purpose of it, to be entertained, being scared. And this film would appeal to people who are into gory horror films.
Alright, so we've got 2 key scenes in this film, and the first like key scene will be where she's just been captured and she's tied up to a chair, and the killer comes walking into the room like laughing and like acting all like intimidating, and once she's like all tied up, he'll make a swing for like one of her legs, and obviously at the time we'll like pan shot away, so we won't film her leg actually being cut off, and then he'll keep going with the other body parts, and the camera angles will be like fast paced, as we mentioned before, until he's pretty much killed her. And then at the end of that scene it goes dark, and you just see like the building that she's in, and you just hear sirens coming towards the scene. And then the second key scene is the first time we meet Susan. It will be a close-up of her like shaking her can of coins, like begging for money, and then it'll be set like cut from like a mid shot to like across the road looking out onto people like walking past, and one person hands her a bottle of like whiskey, doesn't say anything, but like just like carries on going. And then later on, when it starts to rain, she starts to walk and make her way to this abandoned building where she keeps most of her possessions, and that is where the murder happens.
The film will be released on DVD and as a download. You know, if it's a popular film, it's good ratings and whatnot, it'll be found on subscription sites like Amazon and Netflix for everyone to view and stream.
The running time of the film will be 1 hour and 30 minutes. The opening will only be 10 minutes long. It will have a couple of scenes introducing the characters, and the main set.
So we've got a few working titles. Obviously, there's Susan, which is the name of the woman that gets killed, and she, like, the way I thought is if she was killed to begin with, then it kind of limits doing like a Susan 2, because then like she's dead or she can't be in another. Devil in the Mask. This one was okay, but it's a bit cliched and a tad cheesy. And then Sins was the better one because it's like short to the point, and Sins is obviously something you relate to stuff that's bad, and obviously in the film the killer commits a sin, so it seems like it would fit the film more.
The overall sort of film is about you know, hunting down this killer who's responsible for multiple murders. The opening scene, you know, as you've heard, it starts with Susan sat on begging for money. She's been ignored by everyone, and you know, no one really takes interest in her. But then a strange random man comes over and hands her a bottle of whiskey. Says nothing, walks away, you know, a bit curious, and it starts to rain. So Susan moves to the old abandoned building, which, you know, she's familiar with. She keeps her possessions there and whatnot. You know, she tries to get some sleep when she starts to hear strange sounds. She tries to ignore them because, you know, it's an old abandoned building. When it starts to get louder, she starts to hear laughing and whatnot. She turns to look in the doorway to find, you know, this masked man holding a duffel bag and wielding a machete. You know, he starts to torture her and taunt her, chopping off her limbs until basically she dies.
So characters, we only have Susan, which is the homeless woman. She's aged 35, who wears a beanie, a pair of old ripped jeans and some scuffed black shoes and a messy check shirt. The killer, aged 40, he wears a white hockey mask with a black shirt, black jeans, black shoes and black gloves. He holds a double bag and a machete which he uses to kill his victims. That's it. Any questions?